Hey, welcome to another edition of Screw the News. I want to welcome everybody out there and all my subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And those who aren't subscribed to my channel, if you would please, just hit the link down below, hit that subscribe button. You won't be sorry. I mean, look at all the happy people around you here. All right. Hey, it's getting a little chilly, in just certain parts of the country, getting snow on the ground. And, something happens to men when they see snow on the ground. They see that virgin white snow spread out everywhere, and they just have to make it their own, put their name in it. And it's just something in a man's nature that makes him do that. Well, that got me in quite a bit of trouble when I was a kid. I was about 10 years old, I believe, somewhere around there. There was a knock at the front door. A cold winter day, been snowing. My dad opened the door, and it was the neighbor next door, and he was yelling at my dad. He says, "Your kid's name is written in the snow in front of my house." And my dad tried to stand up for me. He said, "Hey, what are you getting so excited about?" He said, "We did the same thing when we were kids." He said, "Yeah, but it's in my daughter's handwriting." Anyway, he was mad at me about that, but it was God. When I was about 14 years old. We still lived in the same house, and they were still our neighbors. And I used to sneak over to his place and bounce up and down on his tramp rolling. And night after night, I was over there bouncing up and down on that tramp rolling. And one night I'm in there, and I'm hitting the licks, man. I'm bouncing up and down, having a hell of a time, and I was in such a rhythm that I did my signature move. Where you put one hand on the hip and you put your hand behind your head like this, and all of a sudden the door opened up, and there was her dad. And he went, "What the hell is going on in here?" Well, I jumped up and I jumped out the window and I ran home. I never did bounce up and down on that tramp rolling anymore. Oh, no. You think I'm pronouncing it wrong. His daughter's name was Rolene, and she was a bit of a tramp. So, I hate to call her that, but I wasn't the only one bouncing up and down on that. Okay, so anyhow, we're getting close to Christmas time here. And, what is it about women that they think men want to go shopping with them? I mean, go to the mall and go shopping. I mean, that's like the Bataan Death March to me, man. You go over there and you're trudging. You see these men, they're shuffling around, and they don't want to be there. And I don't know what women do over there. They can spend hours in there and never buy a damn thing. And they just look at things, this is cute and that and all that. Well, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, my daughter right now is 10 years old. Well, we lived in Austin, Texas, just north of Austin a little bit, a place called Round Rock. And we were over at the Lakeline Mall over there in Cedar Park. I think that was the name of the town. But anyhow, we were at the Lakeline Mall. And the baby's in the stroller, and I'm pushing the baby around. We're going in and out of these stores, man. And I just looking for a way out of that. But, because we had the baby and that's my job, I'm pushing her around. Well, my wife says, "I need some underwear. Let's go in Victoria's Secret." Now, those of you who are new to the show, you say, "What the hell's an old lady doing in Victoria's Secret?" My wife's 32 years younger than me. I'm 78. You do the math. Come up with whatever you want. But anyhow, so we go in Victoria's Secret. No, she goes in Victoria's Secret. I stay out and mosey around with my baby. Well, I did go in there. And when I went in, I came in another way, and I'm strolling down an aisle, and I've got the baby in the stroller, and I'm behind this rack of whatever it was, and my wife's at the counter trying to pay, and I heard the woman say to her, "You know what? We're having special on these, and it's 2 for 1. You can go back and get 6 more pair of these and it won't cost you any more money. Oh, she said, well, thank you. And she went off, and I was watching her walk out. Now, that rack is about up to here, so the only thing of me she sees is from here up. And she didn't know She see me come in with the baby, and I got the baby in the stroller, and she's watching me watch my wife leave. And she says to me, kind of curt, she says, "You have a question, sir?" And my mind snapped. And I told you before, I don't have a filter up here. There is not a filter in here. And this is what came out of my mouth. I said, "Yeah, I do. How do you think she's going to look in them little panties?" Well, that girl spun on her heels and walked out of there at a quick pace. But half a minute later, my wife comes back in. I come out around those clothes. And my wife's walking up the counter, and I'm coming with the baby, and we stand. I said, "Yeah, how you doing, baby?" And the clerk says to me, "Are you two together?" I said, "Yeah." Well, she said, "I called security on you." And all of a sudden, here comes this guy on this Segway. And she says, "It's okay, it's good. My bad." She goes, "You're bad. You're bad." In that Texas accent, she says, "You're a bad man." I swear, I have my moment.